What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Kringle here. Can everybody hear me? We are live for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix from Imola, possibly the last race at Imola, and we are live. How is everybody doing this morning? I saw... Oh, yeah, Seth Palmer. Yeah, I do remember you, Sonny. Good morning. How is everybody doing this in America early Sunday morning? We're about 20 minutes from start of the race. Trying to see. I've got some different setups here going. There we go. It looks like my... And I missed you guys too. I missed you guys so much. So... Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I have changed some things. As you guys can see, I've got our Just Chatting page here. I'm very excited. Let me actually run through this really quick so you guys can see it along at home. I have kind of updated the stream a little bit. So as we get going, you will see these throughout different overlays for, you know, if we're under green flag conditions, under a safety car, under a red flag, once the checkered flag comes out throughout the race, and then if I need to take any... There we go. But I've got all of those set up now. So guys, let me know. Oh, thank you very much, Sarah. I would that's awesome. Thank you guys. And that's something you guys can do here. So you guys can subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and send super chats all throughout. I saw Mehdi in the chat just before we started, I think. Let me, I need to flip on my box fan here really quick. It's kind of warm in my office. So let me flip that on real quick. Okay, I don't know if you guys will hear that. You may not. I'm not sure. I just needed to turn on a box fan in my office. It has been absolutely humid in the state of Texas the last couple days. Median, I saw you in the chat. Welcome. He's actually eating breakfast because it is so early. He is actually eating breakfast, so he will be in here in a little while. Oh, I had to get a little sip in. So we are at 939 subscribers, as you guys can see on my TV or see on the screen. We are 60 subscribers away from 1,000. As they're getting ready to play the Italian national anthem. 60 subscribers away. You guys can help me get there. Share this stream out. Hit that like button. It helps get it out there to Formula One fans who may not want to listen to the commentary, who may not want to watch certain people that do reactions to the race. So by hitting that like button, hit the subscribe button, it helps it out immensely. Yes. Sorry. Sorry, Gumma. I appreciate that. Thanks for the reminder. We have next weekend, I believe, if I've checked it correctly, we have the Monaco Grand Prix and the Indy 500. I am trying to put that together now this year. So if you guys go back into my channel's history and go through all the lives, we have typically done the greatest day in motorsports racing. Ooh, that sounds good, actually. I had a chorizo omelet yesterday for breakfast, which was absolutely amazing. Oh, nice. So I typically do the greatest day in motorsports where I do live streaming of the Monaco Grand Prix and then the Indy 500. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but for very good reason. And I don't know if they're watching right now. They may be, they may not be. They may have gotten the notification, but a couple of friends of mine are getting married that day, that afternoon or that evening, I believe. So I'm very excited to share that day with them. So we may not be doing that live stream. I'm in Texas. So I'm extremely excited to share their special day. So CJ, Carrie, if you guys are watching, hello. Congratulations, by the way. So we may not be doing the live stream like we have done in the past. I will at least attempt to do the Monaco Grand Prix, but I'm going to plan it out this week because how we've typically done it in the past is we just continually stream the whole way through. Now, last year, if the Indy 500 falls the same way that it did last year, we wouldn't be able to do it because the Indy 500 ran till almost 5 or 6 o'clock. And there's just no way. There's just no way I'd be able to do it. So this week I'll be kind of putting everything together and seeing. Very nice. Excuse me. I'll kind of be putting everything together to kind of see where we're at and see if I'll at least be able to do it or not. If not, no big deal. But I will at least do the Monaco Grand Prix. So, make sure everything is copacetic. Let me do one setting check here real quick as we're sitting here. Sorry, I'm doing a check of my making sure everything with the live is working correctly. Hey, okay, everything is working correctly. I just wanted to make sure. There we go. All right. Okay. So I just wanted to check that real quick. So they're talking to Christian Horner right now. Yesterday we had just an absolutely horrific looking crash from Yuki Tsunoda. He will be starting from the pit lane today, but I mean, all the safety features of the car and of the tracks did its job yesterday. Yuki Tsunoda was able to come away unscathed thanks to the halo, to the tire barrier. Thank God he's okay. Trying to get my microphone situated. There we go. So Yuki will be starting from pit lane today as Max Verstappen will be starting from, believe second or third. Second, sorry. I didn't have the grid in front of me. Oscar Piastri on pole again today. Right now, McLaren has got to be thinking that Oscar is the number one driver for them right now, as Lando Norris is just not anywhere, in a position to, it seems like put up a challenge. And now they're talking to Ollie Bierman, and man, God, if you guys watched qualifying yesterday, and I tweeted it out on my Twitter account. Yesterday was I mean, the worst decision, one of the worst decisions from the stewards. So if you watch the end of Q1, obviously Franco Colapinto crashes. When Franco Colapinto crashes, they throw out the yellow flags first because there were certain drivers that were in the last sector that crash was not going to affect their lap. And so Lance Stroll set his time, and it looked to be that Ollie Bierman set his time as well, and then the red flags hit. But the stewards claimed that Ollie Bierman's time did not come in time, and so they initially canceled it. It then took almost another 30 minutes for them to review the lap, or I guess review the where he crosses the line in regards to when the red flag is thrown. And I mean, it's clear as day. Now I get it that there is a delay to the system that the FIA and the stewards use, but it's very clear that Ollie Bierman makes the line, and then 5 or so seconds later, that's when the red flag is thrown. And it was really sad to see that Ollie Bierman got kind of screwed in that sense from that incident, and he didn't make it into Q2. He had a car that all weekend had looked. I mean, with some of the updates on the car, he felt really comfortable with, and it looked like he could have been pushing for top 10 because the field was so close. But unfortunately, he didn't get that opportunity. And it's a shame that they didn't give him that opportunity. I really think that the stewards, there needs to be, and I think there's a lot of people that do like this qualifying format. I would say, and started to miss the very nice, Jacob. I went to Texas once and started to miss the color green. Yeah, we don't have much green around here. I will say that springtime, usually you get a ton of green, but it's like 3 months out of the year. That's when things aren't, like plants and trees and everything aren't dying. So that's probably why. So where was I at with this? So there was a TikToker that I saw out recently that said, "What's your worst F1 rule take, or something that most people would that would disagree with the take?" I would actually kind of like to see, instead of them doing 3 practice sessions, I would like to see them do 2. And take that hour that they usually use for the 3rd practice session and almost run a qualifying session like they do with the Indy 500. So the Indy 500, what they do is they do basically a whole day. They got 6 to 8 hours where you can go out on the track, set your time. Although in the Indy 500 they do it by miles per hour instead of time, but you let them just go. So each driver gets to go out for an initial run. And then if you want to set a new time, you have to take your time off the board and then try to set a new time. I actually like that. And then, you could do do a final 6 or a final 8, or just do a 2-hour session of that where people are setting their times, or do an hour session to where something. I would like them to see them, kind of play around with qualifying sessions, especially since we're going into the new regulations. I'm going to take the chat off of the screen here for just a moment. if you guys did not see, yeah, this is a weird duo that they've got calling the race today. So they've no David Croft this weekend. They've got Harry Benjamin and Anthony Davidson. So it's just it's weird not having David Croft in Imola for the potentially the last Imola race. Yeah, and that's the thing, and I totally understand the track evolution thing. It does. It always seems to affect F1 a lot more when it comes to like track evolution and we don't and here's the thing too is that we don't necessarily know how the 2026 tires and the 2026 cars will be going into next season. So that can always be an issue there. Okay, so let's do. So we're going to go to this screen now. So now we're just going to have the timing screen up. You guys can see that. So right now we're on red flag. So I hope you guys like these graphics. I worked extremely hard on these after last weekend. I'm trying to do different things to kind of make the broadcast a little bit better. Any predictions for who will get the turn 1 penalty? I don't think we're going to see one today. As much as I would like to say that I think we see one, I think because of the last few races and some of the F1 I don't know what you call them. Some of the F1 pundits complaining about penalties and stuff like that. I think they're going to try to be as open as possible today to allowing some of the things that we've seen. So I don't think we see a penalty today, Jacob. So guys, remember, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the stream out. And if you guys want to, you guys can always send super chats throughout the race. I will read those as we go throughout the race today. So they're just going down the grid. Shock qualifying session yesterday from Ferrari. They didn't even make it out of Q2. They're starting 11th and 12th today. Colapinto having a really horrible weekend in his first weekend in the Alpine, has not been anywhere close to Gasly. And I'm sorry, but that tells me that he did not deserve that spot over Jack Doohan. I think Jack was having to play, looking over his shoulder the entire season, whereas Colapinto hasn't had to do that this year. Or Colapinto hasn't had to do that yet. And now he's in that spot where Colapinto's only got 5 races to really wow Flavio Briatore before they go to the next driver up, which, if the rumors are true, it could be Mick Schumacher next driver up for Alpine. There's been rumors that Alpine may bring in Mick Schumacher to take over that first seat. So I'm going to do this. Since we're getting ready to go to green flag, I'm going to go ahead and switch that screen now. Pondin's live on YouTube as well. Let's see. There we go. I just was making sure my my overlays were working correctly. So we got Gamma, Jacob. I know Medians was in the chat at some point. Hope you guys are ready for today's race. I'm gonna try not to scream as much. I've been getting so much hate from some of Chris's fans on the reactions that I scream too much. So I will try to be better about my screaming sometimes. Okay, so we're going to the formation lap. And here's another, talking about shot qualifying, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll making it to Q3 yesterday with the new upgrades that they've got on their car. I mean, no one expected Alonso to be 5th and Stroll to be 8th. The Aston Martin car looked absolutely god-awful all race weekend, or all throughout the early part of the season. And now they bring upgrades in, and the car looks totally different. But it is one race. All the teams that brought upgrades this weekend are now having to work on, trying to figure out what their upgrades do, what is the most optimal setup. So it looks like a lot of the cars are starting on the mediums. I think you had certain teams maybe splitting strategy. It looked like Haas was splitting strategy, where Ocon is going to be on the mediums while Bierman's going to be on the hards. There's not, if you look through the strategy guide, there's not much of a difference. There's about a 6/10 difference between the soft and the hard compounded tire. So there's not a lot of difference between the medium and the hard. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so everybody lining up on the grid now after the formation lap. Wow, Red Bull Racing, this is their 400th Grand Prix in Formula One. I did not know that. There's Yuki Tsunoda. He will go to the pit lane, as he will be starting from pit lane. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Okay, got it fixed. I was trying to fix my screen. All right. So, green flag waves. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are underway in the Imola Romagna Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri, great start. George Russell, great start. Max Verstappen, what a move! What a move by Max! Holy crap, that was outstanding. Wow, what a move! Max, what a set on Max! That was awesome. The Ferraris look to be falling back, or I can't really tell quite yet. Look at Max. He got through on Oscar, and now he's just starting to pull away already. Russell looked fast off the start. It was like Max caught Oscar with his pants down there. What a move, though. What a move. All right, so lap 1 just getting ready to finish. So Oscar's just outside of DRS range. Ocon already into the pits. What the heck is going on there? Because Oscar made a great, or Esteban Ocon made a great start. Oscar almost seemed like on that start that he felt like he had beaten Max and he didn't have to worry about Max making that move, and Max just caught him perfectly. So very clean first lap there. Didn't have any issues with anybody, but now we got Carlos Sainz chasing down Fernando Alonso for 5th place. Antonelli's only gained a spot. Hamilton's lost a spot. As here comes Ocon around, or excuse me, Hamilton trying to make a move on Antonelli. But Antonelli doing a great job of defending on Hamilton there. Let's see. That looked like Leclerc on the... Oh, Leclerc going... Oh! Gasly goes wide into the gravel, and... Oh, man. Gasly's going to lose a lot of positions. Gasly falls to 14th. Lawson just behind him now as Gasly went way wide into the gravel. Man, Gasly goes way wide, loses several spots, all the way back now to 14th. On to lap 4. Norris is within DRS range of Russell. Piastri, I think, is just, settling in at this point. And not going to push things too much. He's going to just keep within distance of Max to make Max use his tires to defend a little bit. There's looked like Leclerc gaining on Lance Stroll here now for 8th. The Ferraris look fast now in the race, in race pace. Or at least Leclerc does. I don't know about Hamilton quite yet. Man, Leclerc just coming. He is coming quick and just right on the back end of Lance Stroll. Get a chance to see the race start here again. I'm telling you, it was a great start by Oscar to be able to keep Max behind and keep George behind because George was charging. Oscar Piastri just didn't block that outside move off enough, and Max Max has a set of cojones on him to make that move to the outside, which then turned to the inside of that very first chicane. Great move by Max. There's Russell just stuck behind Piastri. Oh, zip it. Yeah, Gasly just ran very wide there into the gravel, cost himself several positions. Leclerc, Hadjar, like there's going to be a group of about 5 or 6 here in just a moment that are all going to be fighting for this 8th position, which is nice to see that we've got a bunch of cars within the, within this fight. Norris gaining on Russell, just not enough though to look at a move. Leclerc's radio, tires are better than expected. Huh. Okay. Leclerc started on mediums. And so he's talking about those mediums feeling pretty good on the car. Man, the top, let's see, from 4th all the way down to 12th are all within a second of all within a second of the car ahead of them. So this looks pretty good so far, although Alonso just fell out of DRS range of Norris. Just as I say that. Thanks, Alonso. Norris has got DRS on Russell. He was making a charge there. Why are we not? I don't understand why we didn't switch, though, because Norris was gaining on Russell, and it looked like... I swear to God, F1's TV direction is horrible. I would have liked to have seen Norris and potentially him make a move there. Franco Colapinto, what happened here? Oh, Franco goes wide. Don't worry, he's in 17th, though. Got to be better than Jack doing, right? On lap 9, Alonso's really fallen off the back of Lando Norris. Now almost 2 seconds behind Norris. Here goes Norris. George Russell placing the car perfectly in the middle of that corner. But Norris gets a really good run out of that chicane. Oh, through the Villeneuve chicane, and Norris had to back out. Norris has got to get around Russell here soon. Russell just keeps losing time. There's 2 cars ahead of him. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it to the target lap pushing like this because George is having to defend so much from Lando. See how close Lando is on this lap. He is just under 0.6 to George. As the DRS comes open, he should be gaining now. Norris gaining. Is he going to attempt it? No, but Gasly's into the pits. Norris right. Going to the inside. Oh, he had to look to the inside going to the Villeneuve chicane. Still no move to be made. And Alonso has worked himself back up into this fight. You got Alonso, Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Leclerc, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, all behind that are all starting to come into this fight now. Russell is holding everybody up right now, but doing a fantastic job of doing it. Russell's radio. He just drove on the grass. Okay. And your point? George, quit trying to be Max. Quit trying to be Max Verstappen and being a little tattletale. He didn't gain anything by moving to the grass. All right, so Norris is now a lot closer this time around. Please tell me they show this. All right, here we go. Lando's going to have DRS. Leclerc's into the pits already on lap 11. Norris going to go to the outside. Oh, still can't do it. But Norris gets a really good run. He's going to have a really good run. Lawson into the pits. Norris makes the move. What a move. And to the inside on George. Great move by Lando to get up into third. Now Norris should be able to start pulling away and getting towards his teammate. But now Alonso's within 3/10 here. Let's watch this move again here. Showing him to the inside, goes to the outside, and just keeps it in there. Great job by Lando going to that Villeneuve chicane. Lando had been sizing that move up for laps into the Villeneuve chicane. He was getting such a good run. Russell being told to box now. So Russell's into the box. That is going to allow Alonso and that group behind him to pull away. Sainz into the pits. These tires aren't lasting as long. The pit window for the mediums was lap 19. They're coming in 7 laps early. We may be getting, so Kravitz is talking about this potentially turning into a 2-stop race because of how early they're having to pit off these mediums. Piastri's radio. I think Plan A is very ambitious at the moment. This would be a really bad time for the safety car to come out. Alonso's into the pits. These mediums are just not lasting long enough. Bortoletto's into the pits. As Bierman started, so you've got 5 guys, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Bierman, Tsunoda, all started on hards. Leclerc was excuse me, able to undercut Alonso, and he's gained a couple spots on him and Russell. Oscar Piastri into the pits. He's going to get the first chance at a stop here. Onto a set of hards. Ooh, a little bit of a slow stop. 3.6 for Piastri. Let's see if he falls behind any of the folks that have already pit. Oscar's going to come out ahead of Leclerc, but about 5 seconds behind Tsunoda, 5 to 6 seconds behind Tsunoda. So this would be a really bad time for the safety car to come out here. But let's look at the Alonso. They're looking at the Alonso pit stop. They put a U set. Oh, that's probably the set that they've scrubbed in for. Oh, Alonso's brakes were on fire. His front brakes were on fire. Did that ruin his front brakes? So you got Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Bierman, and Tsunoda, who all started on hards. We're going to see how long they're going to be able to take these hards into the race. It's lap 15 of 63. Stroll's into the pits. Oh, looked like Stroll had a long pit stop there as well. 3.6. Yeah, Stroll lost a lot of positions. Let's see, Jacob. His tires are still good. I think Williams should overcut on Albon. Yeah. Albon's usually really good with his tires, with the tire wear. So I totally agree with that. I could see that coming, where if Albon's treated his tires right, he may be able to run a little bit longer and still run fast laps. So Oscar, with that pit stop, has fallen 3 seconds outside of the pit stop delta, which is 28 seconds, how long it takes to enter the pits and exit after a pit stop. It's about 28 seconds. Hamilton's gaining. No. Hamilton was gaining on Antonelli, but just not close enough to attempt to make that move. Stroll gets around Gasly for 16th, but we don't see that. Lawson gets around Ocon. Man, those hard tires look that left front looks really scraped up on Lawson's car there. I don't know if that was graining or... Piastri's now has gotten to with almost in a second of Sonoda, so we should be starting to see that fight here materialize soon. So Sonoda's going to have to do a really good job of holding up Piastri as long as he can to allow Verstappen to build up some time for a pit stop. Sonoda's radio. Yep, exactly what I said. Sonoda, the Red Bull team is now wanting Sonoda to kind of hold up Piastri here, see what they can do. See if they can get, yeah, because now he's almost back within that range for Max to fall behind him after a pit stop. Sonoda going to make him go to the outside. Can he hold? Dang, Sonoda. There was just no way. Piastri has such better tires right now. You're asking Sonoda to do an awful lot on tires that are 20 laps older than Piastri's almost. So now Piastri's got to chase down Bierman. Piastri now up into the top 10 after that. Piastri's lost a little bit of time on the last couple of laps to Verstappen. Is back to about a 3 to 4 second advantage if Max were to pit now. And now Oscar's going to have DRS on Ollie Bierman here. Yeah, Ollie's not going to fight this. That's not his fight right now. Hold on just a second. All right, look at this. There we go. Hey, we're back.
Go back.
Gotta be honest with you, race isn't very exciting, right?
Yeah.
As there goes Oscar around Franco Colapinto. That's for 8th position. Ooh, Leclerc's right on the back end of Sonoda. Norris's radio. The key for us is free air and going long. Hamilton is still trying to chase down Antonelli, just hasn't been able to do it, but now Antonelli does not have DRS. Signs' radio. Alex, 21-8, 21-8. It's clearly a one-stop then if Alex is doing 21-8. Hamilton's radio. We definitely want to undercut these guys. There is no gap right now, and we are not ruling out Plan C.
Understood.
Good job. Good job reading there. As we're moving on to lap 22.
So moving on.
So again, the folks that started on the hard compounded tires, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Bierman, and Sonoda still have yet to pit as they all started on the hard compounded tires. Russell's radio. It's like the rear track rod or something is broken because the rears are moving. Even on a straight line, I'm struggling.
Good job reading it, Dad. Good job reading it, Dad.
Thank you. As Bierman's trying to chase down Colapinto for 9th. But Leclerc is trying to chase down Bierman for 10th. Oh, is Colapinto's into the pits? So that'll move Bierman and Leclerc up a spot. Smart. It's not your fight, Bierman.
Yeah. No, pull it out of it now.
Colapinto's still in the pits. Oh, that was an easy move for Oscar.
Yeah, he passed Hulkenberg.
Yep, he did. He passed Hulkenberg. Good job. Good to see Hadjar bounce back again. The man is very resilient. Yeah, Hadjar is right now proven that he's the leader at the Racing Bulls team. Lawson is just absolutely nowhere right now. Hadjar is just, I mean, he's just proving he deserves the spot in Formula One. We're looking through the data, struggling to see anything at the moment. So what Russell just said a minute ago is it doesn't seem like they can see anything broken on the car right now. Russell's still back in 12th, but he's chasing down Sonoda. Feels like we could almost take a nap during this race, you know that? It's kind of boring.
It's not making me take a nap.
You don't take naps. Excuse me. Your version of taking a nap, huh? Here's Hamilton, still having a look, still not able to get past Antonelli. Russell's finally around Sonoda for 11th, so now he's got to chase down Bierman. Now this brings Piastri into this group. Russell making that pass on Sonoda look extremely easy. What are you doing? What are you doing? As Piastri gets around Hamilton, now in between him and Antonelli. Good move there from Piastri to get up into 6th. You are a wiggle worm this morning. You know that?
No.
No. You are silly. Piastri gaining on Antonelli, so this pass should happen relatively easy. As he makes Piastri go to the outside, and there's Piastri around Antonelli for 5th. Leclerc gets around Hulkenberg. Albon's radio. Guys, come on, let's not be stupid. Okay, mate, you're doing a great job. You're pulling away from Hadjar and Alonso.
Oh, yeah, that's the only Jacob.
Yeah. Piastri through the to the inside of Hadjar, around on the inside of Hadjar, up into fourth now. 30 seconds behind Max, but should have some clean air now to run in. Daniel Kvyat there at the race in the Williams garage, it looked like. Oh, and here we go. Lando being told the box, so we're going to have another pit stop coming up. He's going to go on to a set of hards. Great pit stop from Norris there. 2.1 on the pit stop. He gained a second and a half on Piastri's pit stop. Ooh, yellow flag. Yep, that's going to be a safety car, I think. He's pulled off into the grass, but he's not far enough off. Stop the car. We have an issue. So let's see. Will that be... Okay, virtual safety car is out. It's not a full safety car, but virtual. So this will help out Verstappen, Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Bierman, who all haven't made pit stops yet. Verstappen into the pits.
Yeah, it was just on video. It was just on video.
Yeah. Hamilton's being told to box.
And also, Verstappen did that too.
Yeah. Verstappen pitted too. As Ocon has retired from the race.
Yeah, so he's out of the game. Now Albon's into the pit.
Yep, Albon's going to come into the pits. Leclerc's on the radio for something, but I can't hear what it is. Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton. Leclerc's coming into the pit, so Ferrari's going to double stack here. Hulkenberg, Bierman, Russell.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Now, Donna's into the pit. That's a lot of people.
Piastri's up into second.
Alonso just passed into 8th place.
Yep, Alonso up into 8th. Leclerc falls down to 10th. Russell just...
Gasly's into the pit.
Yep.
Into the pit.
Everybody basically into the pits there.
Yeah.
Albon in a great spot now. Albon fluke podium. Here we go. He could very well. He's in fourth. If Norris or Piastri have issues, it could really he could luck into one. Ooh, Piastri's going to come into the pits. And now Albon's back into that third place position with the virtual safety cards getting ready to end. So we'll go back to green flag here. Charles Leclerc right on the back end of Stroll. Stroll able to hold position now. Leclerc has a look to the inside, but just not able to pull off the move on Stroll. Bierman race control. Or no, this is Ocon. Yep, engine just something in the engine let go. Something in that engine let go. Dang. Oh, man, Russell almost clattered right into the back of Bierman. Antonelli, that's not unsafe. That's close, but I wouldn't call that unsafe. No one had to make a move out of the way, so it looks like everybody was okay there. Bierman's into the pits again. Oh, don't tell me both the Haas cars are retiring today. I am not going to have a good day. Of course. No, they just pit Bierman again? What? They must be, because I don't think they're going to get any points, so I think they're working on getting information on the upgrades. That's the only thing that makes sense in my mind right now as to why they would have pit him again there. Leclerc around Alonso. George gets around Hulkenberg there. God, Russell has absolutely been screwed in this scenario. He was up in third position, is now outside the points behind Stroll. Here's Carlos Sainz. This is on Tsunoda. Ooh. Tsunoda kept it in there. Sainz on the radio again. This guy touched me like in Bahrain. Side by side. Side by side, it's okay. Hamilton finally gets around Antonelli. Up into 6th. Sonoda Signs incident has been noted. Not a lot's been going on. Here comes Russell. Does not have a chance going into the Villeneuve chicane on Stroll there. So Stroll able to keep it ahead, keeping that last points paying position right now. Russell trying to chase down Stroll. Ooh, excuse me. No further investigation on the Sonoda Signs incident, of course. Here's Russell on Stroll. Gonna go to the outside of Stroll. Is the move gonna stick, or is Stroll gonna keep it there? Nice move by Russell there. Great move on Stroll. And here comes Stroll trying to make an attempt back at him. Not a serious maneuver there. Russell now up into the points, into 10th position around Stroll. And Hulkenberg's right on the back of that fight. Here's Hamilton. Now chasing down Hadjar. He's now within half a second. Here comes Hamilton on Hadjar. He's within half a second. Does he attempt to make the move here? Man, Hamilton's flying on him. Going to the outside. Hamilton makes the move. Fantastic move for Hamilton up into 5th. These Ferraris have looked fast in race pace. Hamilton up into 5th. Hulkenberg around Stroll. Hulkenberg up to 11th as Stroll has lost another place. So there's about 3.3 seconds between Piastri and Alexander Albon in 3rd. They said the battle should happen in about 3 laps time. So that should be interesting. Okay, I'm going to be right back while we're kind of in a lull. I need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Quick little restroom break there. See anything change? Leclerc gets around Antonelli for up to 7th place now. Lap 38 of 63, the Ferraris. Tsunoda now around Stroll. The Aston Martins are now falling off. Huh. Colapinto's ahead of Gasly. That's shocking. Here we go. Piastri's almost within a second of Albon, so I can only imagine that Albon's going to fight this as much as he can. Hulkenberg goes to the outside of Alonso up in the 10th. Hulkenberg's got a point today right now. Great job by Hulkenberg here today. And now Sainz chasing down Alonso. The Aston Martins, those hard compounded. Turn 7 incident involving car 23 noted. Yellow flag infringement. Ooh, that's interesting. What could that be? As we're getting a replay of Tsunoda getting around Stroll here. Does Tsunoda have nose damage? Or end plate damage? I wish I could rewind that, but it looks like Tsunoda had end plate damage. Albon was just never going to be able to defend that position. Oscar Piastri makes that look easy. No further investigation for Albon on the yellow flag infringement, but Piastri gets around him easily, no problem. Here's Leclerc in 7th, trying to chase down Hadjar for 6th. Sainz now past Alonso. Or excuse me, Sainz now past Alonso. Piastri now with the fastest first sector. Up to 940 subscribers. Thank you so much for that subscription. 60 away from 1,000. Remember, hit that like button, share the stream out. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You can also send super chats, and I will read those out throughout the race. Leclerc around Hadjar. Easy move to the inside. Now Leclerc should be able to pull away from Hadjar. Piastri's now got fastest lap with a 1:19.398. Got 42 of 63 now on the laps. Fernando Alonso still kind of, Tsunoda's chasing down Fernando Alonso, excuse me. Aston Martins have all of a sudden fallen way off. They looked fast at the beginning of the race, but now they've fallen way off. Here's Sainz going to have a look on the outside of Hulkenberg. What a move. Nice move. Nice move, Sainz, as Tsunoda gets around Alonso at that exact same time. Sainz up now into the points. But Tsunoda going to now chase down Hulkenberg and chase down Sainz, try to get the last point. Let's see. Yeah, looks like Tsunoda has a little bit of end plate damage. It just looks funny to me. Maybe not. I can't tell. It's so weird. It's that white paint of the wording on his. Yeah, okay, never mind. Tsunoda does not have damage. Oh no, that's Verstappen. Never mind. Alonso radio. Yeah, it's going to be torture. It's a wreck. I'm the unluckiest driver in the effing world. There's probably unluckier there, Fernando. Oh, Jesus Christ. Franz Herrmann for the win! Colapinto swap positions with Gasly. I don't understand the swapping positions, though. Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why they're swapping positions there. And you mean to tell me that Jack Doohan was a lot slower and wasn't as good as Colapinto? Colapinto's been god-awful this weekend. That's such a horrible move by Alpine. Leclerc's starting to gain on Hamilton. We probably should be getting radio messages here soon talking about how Leclerc wants to get around Hamilton. Hamilton's slowly gaining on Albon, but not by enough. Looks like Bierman's getting ready to pull into the pits here again shortly. Because that's what my timing screen is showing at lap 44. Or excuse me, 46. That's weird. It's showing him. Oh, Antonelli's going to retire. He's going slow. I got an issue. We looks like we're going to have a virtual safety car here. Safety car, full-blown safety car. Kimi Antonelli out of the, he's way further away than where Esteban Ocon was. He's nowhere near an opening in the fence, I don't think, and that's why they threw the safety car. Yeah, going through that corner, it looks like all the power's gone because it looks like his steering wheel turned off. So we're going to see pit stops here. Verstappen's into the pits. What the heck was that? Well, this will close up the field. Norris is into the pits with 16 laps to go. Oh, geez. Slow stop for Norris there. Hamilton onto a new set of hards. Leclerc stays out. Albon stayed out. Hadjar into the pits. Verstappen onto a new set of hards. Norris went onto a new set of hards. Alonso's into the pits. Hadjar went onto a new set of hards. Hamilton's got a new set. Alonso, Stroll, all into the pits. Colapinto into the pits. Bortoleto into the pits. Stroll just able to get out ahead of the safety car. And so was Bortoleto. Bortoleto was just able to get out. Albon's into the pits. Going on to a new set of hards with 16 laps to go for Albon. Albon able to get out ahead of the Mercedes of Russell. Great job by the Williams crew. Verstappen's going to have to do a lot of, he's going to have to really have one of his Verstappen-like starts here. so that the McLarens don't chase him down. Let's see what caused Norris's slow stop here. It looked like the right front. The right front was having a hard time getting on, it looked like. Hello there, Steph. Good to see you. Let me go grab a guest real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Got my guest. Here he is. Ooh, there. There we go. That's... We got 13 laps or 14 laps to go. All right, so 14 laps. Did they finally get Antonelli's? Oh, no, they're still moving Antonelli's car. Good Lord. Excuse me. Okay, so they got Antonelli moved to an escape road there. So now they're going to be able to move that car out of position. We should be getting back underway here shortly. They'll probably let Bierman by here soon. You sleepy? You sleepy? Nah. Okay. The recovery vehicle's flying. He's trying to get out of the way as quickly as possible so we can get back to race. Where are you picking? Where are you picking a winner there? You are so silly. Yes, you are. You're my silly boy. What are you doing on my nose? I'm surprised they haven't let Bierman by yet. Because he's the lapped car behind Verstappen there. Is my fan making you cold? Oh, yep, they've let Bierman by now, so Bierman will unlap himself. Yep, that's where the safety car typically goes. He goes right in front of whoever the leader of the race is. My son is doing his impression of most F1 fans this morning, watching the race, falling asleep. So we're gonna have 11 laps to go when we get back to racing, probably. Oh. There's still a race going. Okay, so safety car will be in this lap. So we'll get 10 laps of racing in. Because we'll go on to lap 54 of 63, so that'll leave us with 10 laps to go. So Bierman's almost caught up to the back end of this group here. Yeah, is that Max Verstappen? Jacob, they say never. Sorry, I just saw this now, Jacob. They say never mess with the safety car protocol. I wonder what they could possibly be referring to. Yeah, gee, I wonder what they meant by that. I wonder what they could possibly have meant. All right, so here we go. Getting ready to go back to green flag. Hey, hold on. Hold on. And here goes Max. Max gets a run. Go ahead. Yay, we're back racing now. Max gets a great start and gets a great pull away from Piastri, but Piastri's still with him. Charles Leclerc's gonna have a... Oh, Charles Leclerc had a look up the inside of Lando, but decided better of it. Ten laps to go. Piastri's already a second off the back end of Verstappen. As Albon was having a look on the inside of Leclerc, but not able to pull off the move. Sonoda up into the points. Sonoda's now up into 10th and has got a point. Come on, let's watch. Aiden, it's time to watch the race if you want to do that. All right, so with 9 laps to go, the running orders Verstappen, Piastri, Norris in the top 3. DRS is now enabled. What was Norris told to fall back outside of a second of Piastri? Because, like, Piastri's now 2 seconds behind Verstappen. No further investigation for Norris Albon on the safety car infringement. Now it should get a little bit more exciting. Norris is within a second of Piastri. Are they going to let him fight, or are they going to tell Norris to stay behind? Yep, that's Piastri. That's Norris. That's Leclerc. That's Albon. And then there's a lot of cars behind it. 8 laps to go. Yeah, Piastri's already lost 3 seconds to Verstappen. Like, I think it's about time they let Norris around Piastri and see if he can catch Max before the end of the race. Okay, so Norris still not quite close enough to Piastri here. Here goes Hamilton around Russell. Hamilton makes the move. Hamilton up into 6th. Great race by the Ferraris after horrible qualifying yesterday. Alonso around Gasly for 12th. But Lando is 7/10 behind Piastri. Now he's within a good distance of Piastri for the position here. So let's see what he's going to be able to do down that main stretch with DRS. Lando's within half a second. Let's see if he's going to make the move here. Here goes Norris to the outside.
God.
What a pass by Norris! Great pass. Great pass for second. Norris up into second. Piastri down to third. We got 6 laps to go. Will Norris be able to catch Verstappen now? 5 seconds the lead from Verstappen to Norris. Good, clean racing by Norris and Piastri there. Such a great move by Norris there to the outside, and they both kept it clean there. Yep, that's Norris to the inside, now ahead. Here comes Albon to the outside of Leclerc. No go there, though. Leclerc on 29-lap-old hard compounded tires. Oh, I thought you said something. Piastri now already almost 3 seconds behind Norris. We could be on for a Williams podium here if he gets Alonso up into 11th, Brand Hulkenberg. Ooh, Bierman up into 17th now. Yay, Bierman! Verstappen now just running fastest laps of the Grand Prix here towards the end. Norris is not going to catch him, but I think the fight now is Albon on Leclerc for 4th. Here goes Albon. Oh, pushed Albon into the... And that's going to allow Hamilton by now. There goes Hamilton by Albon. Wow, fell down to 6th. What a move. Great job defending there by Leclerc. I think it's going to be questionable on if he gave him enough space, but it seems like he did. Yeah, Albon, I think, was being cautious. Oh, no. Stop. That was fair. That was totally fair, Albon. Yeah, there's no way that... So now you're going to have Hamilton. And here goes Hamilton on the outside of Leclerc, up into 4th. Now can Hamilton chase down for podium? Here we go with 3 laps to go. Somebody kicked up some dust there in that corner. Yeah, so Verstappen's going to win, but now the fight's going to be Hamilton and Piastri here within the next lap or so, because Hamilton's on much newer hard compounded tires. On to lap 62 of 63. Hi, Gumma. Hi, Gumma. Here goes Albon to the outside, just not able to pull off that move. He's got to... Yep. So, got a little squirrely, but he's going to set himself up for the Villeneuve chicane. No moves yet. Hamilton's now within 1.8 going on to the last lap against Piastri. Give back the position. What? No. That's... I don't agree with that, but okay, Albon up into fifth. Hamilton within 1.6 of Piastri. Man, Leclerc is going off on that radio. Jeez. As here we go, Max Verstappen around the last few corners. Max has dominated this entire Imola GP, and Max Verstappen is your winner in Imola. Congratulations to Max Verstappen. Norris finishes second. Piastri able to hold on for third as Hamilton was chasing him down, but Hamilton... Great result for him in fourth, Albon fifth, Leclerc sixth, Russell seventh, Sainz eighth, Hadjar ninth. Tsunoda holds on for a point after starting from the pit lane. What a good ending to the race there, but Max just dominant all day long in Imola. What a race by Max. Max looked amazing all race long. Max wins in Red Bull's 400th race in Formula One. Max wins today, gets fastest lap. No extra point for that, obviously, anymore. But great race by Verstappen there. Piastri, basically stinker of a day for him. Started on pole position. Was not able to keep it. Oh, that sucks. No further action between Leclerc and Albon for that, forcing him off the track. And so basically, Leclerc gave up that position for no reason because his team told him to give back the position. Man, that stinks for Leclerc. Great job by Norris, though, today. Great result by Hadjar, 9th place for him. Lewis Hamilton's radio. Just giving a wave to the Tifosi that showed up there in Imola for them. Let me get him real quick. Hold on. Here he is, just before we end the stream. Here's my little boy. Say hi, Sonny.
Hi, Sonny.
Max Verstappen won.
Did?
Yep, he did. Sonny said hi.
Hi.
Excuse me. Yep, Max drove a great race all day long today. He was dominant today. And if those updates are what we are to expect from Red Bull, Sonny said they'll donate next stream. Yeah, Max was just very dominant all day long. And if those updates are what's gonna bring the car closer to McLaren, we're gonna get a really good championship fight on our hands. Oh, he is. He always is. He has to be good, though.
Yeah.
Yep, he always is. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. As Max Verstappen gets victory in Imola. Next week, we have Monaco and the Indy 500, potentially, to live stream. I'll be putting more on that out this week, once I know more. But guys, Aiden, what does everybody got to do? Like and subscribe above our heads, guys.
Signing off.
Good job. Thank you guys for watching. For the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel. Signing off. You guys have a great afternoon.